Hello and welcome to Galactic Civilizations IV Supernova. Today is a big day. October 19th is full release day for our Galactic Civilizations IV. This is by Stardock Entertainment, who are sponsoring this video. And I thought, for the occasion of full release, that we should go through a tutorial. It's going to be a tutorial video. One of the recently new things added into the game is a whole tutorial scenario, and so we're going to go play through that. You can do that by going through tutorial or going into the missions and selecting that. First off, I suppose we should go over what Galactic Civilizations IV is. It is a 4X turn-based space empire strategy game. We're going to take one of these mini empires that are in the game or create our own and launch ourselves out into space, conquering, trading, technologing, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to go through this tutorial mission together, and I'll do my best to explain what's going on to get you into the game, and we'll see how this goes. This will be 3 parts, and we'll go through the bits, and hopefully by the end of this, you'll have an understanding of how to play the game, and so you can jump in and, get it all figured out. Let's go through the tutorial. It's just us, the Terran Alliance, versus the Drangan Empire, and our job is to go and conquer space, basically. Secure the sector. Got it. Now, when you get into a normal game, not tutorial land, you get all kinds of different options of choosing, like, your how big the space is, how many enemies you have. You can customize your race to scales that I have not seen in any other game other than this one. We'll just watch ourselves go and fly around here for a bit. But there's several different victory conditions you can choose as well. For this one, it's pretty small, pretty focused, and it's just us versus the Drangan, and we're going to go conquer some space. The best way to compare this to something else is it's essentially it's a hex-based turn-based strategy game. You can think of this as we're trying to conquer our space, but our continent in space essentially. And you'll see how this hex system works and the turn-based thing works as we get into here and marvel at our colony ship.
Welcome to Galactic Civilizations.
Thanks, buddy. He talks, but I'll sum up this stuff. So, Terran Alliance, formed by the United Earth. We're, we're kind of ordinary humans here orbiting Earth. And for this mission that we are in here now, it keeps it kind of simple for us. So we've got a planet, all of our stats and all of our resources and research and all this stuff comes from Earth. And within Earth, we can go and customize some things. We can build buildings within Earth. You can see all of the different stats are all listed in here. We'll go over all that stuff shortly. I just want to show you what the scale here is. Including scale, we're going to zoom out. This is the solar system. And outside the solar system, there's several different stars we don't know anything about. We can go scan those things, but we keep on going out. And we have different sectors. Depending on how big your map is, you may have a lot of these different sectors. And so ultimately the goal is to conquer these sectors. Our goal of this mission is to conquer this sector. And there you go. You can just kind of see what kind of scale we're dealing with here. But for now, let's go back to Earth. And on our screen at the moment, we have anything you need done is essentially going to be popping up over there on the right side. So you won't forget about important things like getting your research done, for instance, or moving your ships around. We have a mini quest, and that is to locate the other civilization, which we'll cover that as we cover our probe here in a minute. We're not researching anything. We have 1,000 bucks, space bucks. Our control is listed here. We use that as a currency for using things like executive orders, which we'll get to in a minute. And we also have food supply. So to move our ships, this all essentially works on like a hex grid, like I was saying earlier. And this, as you cover over, you can see the influence, which will expand as time goes on, which is that circle there. But we're going to go and move our probe like it's telling us to do right now. It says, give order to that probe until all its moves have been utilized. Left click on it, right click moves us around. And so we can move him space to space. He's got so many moves that he can do. And there he goes right there, the blue right there. And we can switch him around to go do some scanning. If we want to be lazy, which I do, I can go ahead and press the explore button or hit X, and he'll go do it all on his own, and he will kind of remove the fog of war out here for us. While we're out here exploring, the things we're kind of looking at is there is an artifact here, flagships. Want to go check that out. We don't have a flagship just yet. I don't think you count it as a flagship. No. Normally in a normal game, you begin with a flagship. We don't have one just yet for this mission. We've got capsules. He'll go and flagships will go and check out. So we've got artifacts again. And there's several different things out here, goodie huts essentially out here that we will find that will give us something. Also resources out there as well. Next step it wants me to do is go and do some research. So let's go do some research. So the way research works in Galactic Civilizations IV is we can research anything kind of like you would do in a normal strategy game. We got a whole list of things that we can eventually learn. Say we want to go learn evasive tactics. We can eventually get there, but we got to, you know, work our way down the tree. The way that Galciv does it, though, is we only have, at the moment, 2 to choose from that are a little quicker. So we could pick one of these over here, but it's just faster to pick one of these. And so it kind of randomizes to a certain extent your tech tree. Rather than beelining it for something that you do every game, this is going to mix some things up. We can go and choose colonial policies, which unlocks the civilization screen, allows us to assign policies. That's a good one. Artificial gravity will allow us to move a little faster. Asteroid mining, we can mine the asteroids, give us some manufacturing. Armed shuttles goes and give us some 2 free warships, among other things. We'll take the colonial policies and get out of that screen. What's this one? Idle shipyards. Yeah, shipyard. So you may have seen that on the map. We have a planet, we have a shipyard, and we have a ring of control, essentially. So in this shipyard, this is where we make our ships. Funny how that works. We can choose a colony ship, takes 8 turns, freighter, supply ship, probe. Colony ships are used to make, colonize other planets. Freighters will haul supplies or trade routes to other worlds. Supply ship, you get the idea there. Hauls refined goods to another colony, giving manufacturing points if you want to, like, feed a colony manufacturing. And probes, what that other guy's doing out there exploring. Let's go build a colony ship right now. 8 turns, it'll be done. We can add a few of these in the queue if we want, or we can remove them. Wrong button. Remove them from the queue as well. All of these ships are completely customizable, and so you can make some crazy stuff out there. And there's a whole lot of things on the workshop that you can make, that you can pick up, and basically get completely custom fleets made. It's pretty neat stuff. Now, done with most of this stuff. If we have advisors up here who are going to yell at us about things that they want us to do, right now I don't think we're gonna ignore those for this tutorial, and just hit next turn, or hit tab. Alright, it's telling me to use leaders. So in this green guy down here is our leader tab. There's me, Emily. Everyone has different stats. Some are good at science or intelligence. We've got social, we've got diligence, and we have resolve. And we're going to put these leaders, these are guys we can hire here, we can put them in different jobs, whether it be a minister. Say we want someone minister of exploration, somebody who is good at diligence, which she is not, will lower the moves, increase the moves and the range on our ships traveling around. And there's a science guy, and there is a colonization guy. We'll have governors on each planet. There's Bradley here, who is the governor of Earth, still haunted by having to order a retreat and sacrifice undefended civilians. Okay. You can see all the things that he is doing here in this planet. Because he has a 14 social, he's giving me bonuses, for instance, all these things that he's doing because he is a governor of Earth. We've got diplomats we can eventually get once we learn some different empires. We got commanders of each ship. All of our flagships can have commanders in them. And we have different faction things that we can do as well, which we'll deal with later on. But for right now, it wants us to do some ministers. So we're going to go hire some people and get someone to fill these jobs. We need someone to do some exploration, which is going to be a diligence job. So if anyone's good at diligence, this fella here with a cool hat he's going to cost me $200, 200 space bucks. So we'll take him. We want to go pop him into there. The Minister of Technology she's a 10 on both these. Colonization increases the approval, which I'll show you where approval comes in. That's very, very important. I'm going to we'll grab her. She's arrogant and discovered an alien library and learned its forbidden knowledge. That's exciting. All right. Well, with that whole alien knowledge thing, I'm going to put her in tech. And I'll put her in colonization. And you can see what they're doing. So she's going to give me a 9% boost to tech. Plus, she gives me an additional tech slot. I had 2 techs to choose from that were kind of fast-paced, Now I have a 3rd because she's there. This guy is giving me an extra move and an extra range on my ships. She's making our approval up 10%. Approval's very important. Let me show you some approval. In Earth, we have all of our stats over this way. And so say we build let's put down a capital city, for instance. And we'll put it down let's go. I'm going to put it right... What is that? Let's do research. I'm going to put it right there. Maybe might have been better up this way, actually. I think it's okay. It's okay, right? That's research, isn't it? Let me cancel that. Research. I'm going to go move this guy. I'm going to put this guy here. Capital City. Which is going to give me a... So each... Sorry. Sidetracked here. Each building you build is going to have bonuses. So, for instance, this capital city is going to give me a gross income of 5%. Population cap +1. There's an adjacency bonus, which is what I'm trying to figure out right now, which is going to be a +2 level to everything around it being near the capital city. So if I put this in a nice central location where there's a lot of things around, it'll give me a big boost. So, for instance, I could put it like there. And so any science I put here, which is going to be +1 anyway because it's in tundra, is going to be even more pluses because it's adjacent to that capital city. So capital mainframe could go there and be a level 3 immediately, which is going to be an 8.9 boost to research. Now how all that figures in is within here. So there's three technology input, and it all feeds down in here into research, which you can see where approval is a big part of that. The technology input, my minister, my governor, the citizens, they're all feeding into that to give me them points. And that'll be built in 4 turns. We also have a industrial center, which is going to give me some industry, which is probably more important than the money one. Industry land is probably going to be best served over here where these gears are. And might not be a bad idea putting it right there, because then we can put in some industry. We can right-click. Left-click, and build additional districts as well, like this one right here, to build onto that as well. So we don't have to have special buildings. We have boring buildings as well to go in there. So that's sort of how taking care of your planet works. I'm sure we'll get a tutorial here to cover that. But let's go to the next turn.
Now that you've completed your research on the colonial policies technology.
All right, we have access to policies now. So, policies. Well, we'll cover that when we get a new tech here. Let's get we can get star bases. We can get construction of armed spacecraft for some warships. We can get instant communication across infinite distances and add a flagship to our fleet. That sounds exciting. So let's go do that. Typically, you start with that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that to get ourselves a flagship. All right, policies. Let's go get a policy. So these are a way to affect every colony and fleet in the civilization. We'll see this as we pop in here and grab our policy down here. Right there. We have a few of these to choose from. We'll get more of them as the game goes on, as we get new techs. But, for instance, brainstorming is going to give us +2 research. Just sort of a flat bonus to research. This will give us growth, but less approval. We've got fast exploration, makes our ships go faster. Heart of the Empire gives us a bonus influence and money. Land exploitation gives us money, but pollution. I think I'll just take the tech one for right now. So we'll pop this in here, and you can see what it's going to do right now. We're at 4 tech. Now we're at 5 tech. I'm taxed. In addition to that, I'll mess with my tax rate here. So my tax rate is at medium right now. We're going to lower that because approval, we saw how important approval was. And it doesn't have a big impact. It's a sizable one, but not a huge impact on everything else. $5 instead of $7. We can even go low. Well, maybe not low. But we'll keep that approval up because approval is a big thing. Add that policy in there. They can be changed anytime during my turn. I'll get a lot more of those things to fill in there eventually, and sort of drive my empire a different direction, depending on what I've got, what kind of empire I've got. One thing that Galactic Civilizations does well, really well, is the the diversity in the different factions of the game. They all play very different, and it does a very good job of doing that. All right, Hyperwave Radio is done. Let's go get star bases. I'll cover. Yeah, we'll do it now. Star bases. Let's get some star bases. So a lot of these things out here. I don't know if we actually have anything I can see. Well, we'll get some. Here we go. So all this stuff over here. This is Durantium. These are resources, and we can use these things to make certain things, like certain ships and certain planetary buildings take Durantium. And so if we have a starbase down there, we can collect that stuff up and shoot it back to our planet, and then build things. It'll show up here on the top tree here. Another way of getting other resources is by getting, of course, different planets will have resources on them. But typically, planets are going to be all focused around like for instance, Mars here has 2 production and 2 culture. in the zero of everything else. I could colonize that planet. It's not worth living there because it's too small and not habitable, not very habitable. But if we colonize it with a colony ship, we'll send those resources over to Earth. The 2 production and 2 culture will both go to Earth to help build Earth up. And so instead of having like several different planets, you're going to have a few planets feeding off of other ones around it, other satellite planets, essentially. All right, so we got another policy available for us. So we're going to go with, I think we're going to go with the Heart of the Empire for some influence and some money, I think is what I want to do. So we'll pop that one in there. Okay, it says assign leader to a ship. And, well, let's see what he wants us to do. I've got this guy here. Do I have, let me see what he's yelling about over here. I think we'll wait until something pops up over there. Really what I'm trying to do is just finish this up and go find somebody. Oh yeah, also, it just told me there. I can go over here to my ship. We can double click on it and get all of its stats. There's Mr. Probe. We can see all of his stats over here. And what he looks like, what his moves are, his sensor range, and all that. On the flagships, we can actually upgrade these things and add in modules as they level up and things. And even we'll discover things and we'll pop it into that ship and make it a better ship. Level it up, you know? Pass a couple turns here while we're waiting for some things to happen. All right, so we got ourselves a star base, which we'll go and use that on that Durantium down there. Let's get some asteroid miners here. We do have asteroids nearby, so let's go ahead and get those. And what those are going to do, they're going to feed into these asteroids and give us some production here on Earth, which is probably what we want first. When's that colony ship going to be done? It'll be done in 1 turn. Excellent. What are we going to do with that? So I don't know that I've found any good planets around here worth colonizing. I don't think that I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just pop him on to Mars. Mars or Artemis. I think I'll pop into Mars just so I can feed that stuff into Earth. I think that's what I want to do with them. Jupiter's dead. Saturn's dead. These are no good. I haven't found any like real good planets. So we won't worry about it. Every colony ship needs a colonist to board it. And so we're going to pop one of these guys in here. We'll just pop Xander in there. He's just a colonist. We'll pop him in and send him away. These colonists in here, we can adjust. So we got 2 like workers providing manufacturing, and we have 2 citizens who are doing basically nothing at the moment. We can adjust them around and have them do different jobs to help maybe food supply or whatever. Food is looking good, so we'll leave that alone. And we got 1 more turn until this industrial center is going to be done, and then our industry should crank up pretty good. Okay, colony ship. I think I'm going to send you, yeah. Oh, there's Durantium right there. I'm going to send you to Mars. We'll colonize Mars. Yeah, Mars. Good name for it, too.
Giant step for the Alliance. The Alliance has colonized its first world. Now that the Alliance has claimed a planet, it will provide additional resources to the nearest core world.
Okay. So now we've claimed this thing, like he just said. Now, it's possible to claim these and create separate planets. So sort of like Earth, where we can build on Earth. These, though, since it's not really a worthy planet, we're going to just send those resources back to home. He's kind of quiet. What do you want to do with your colony? Do we want to go in? Where do we want to build our colony? We want to build it in Ares Vallis to get a leader, in the Eberswald Delta for some minerals, or Holden Crater for some tech. I'm going to go with the Delta and get some minerals out of this guy. And that, as you can see, is getting fed straight into there. And there's a little bit of a decay, so the further away the planet is, the more you're going to lose. 5% decay because Mars is pretty close. And all 5 of those resources are getting shipped over here. And we can see that right there. Earth's providing 4, Mars is 2.87. And so what you're going to end up with is just a whole bunch of feeder planets, like Artemis, for instance, will also be feeding into there. Feeding into your main hubs. And what is this guy doing? Is he just out here just exploring no star systems? Maybe I should be moving that guy. Let's go build something. So a constructor will give us a a star base, which is probably a good idea. And it looks like one of my buddies wants to build this thing, my advisors. So I will do that. We'll get one of those. I'm going to go ahead and get another probe in here to get that one done. And, sorry, my advisors want the supply ship, the colony ship, and the probe over here. So we'll throw that in, and yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now, my goal is to, my mini quest here is to colonize 8 planets. Explore the galaxy, find planets to colonize. Planets can be colonized using colony ships. Got it! Alright, next turn. Okay, asteroid mining is done, and it gives us a couple of free asteroid miners. I think it gives us 2 of them. Maybe it'll give us 1. Alright. I think there's 2 here. Yeah, there's 2 here. And you can see them. 2. So let's go send this guy over here. And do some mining. And it's going to start feeding into Earth, like that. And this guy is going to go over here. And he'll feed into Earth as well. And I think that there is another one. Like we could get another asteroid miner right here and feed more into Earth. It's not a lot, but it's something. And you can see it listed here. We got now 0.6. Yeah. I'll take it. You know, industry, good stuff. We'll keep it. This will give us 2 free constructors. That might be nice to have. It also gives us starbase modules, which you'll start seeing another thing in there. We've got 3 right now. And so all of the starbases that we create, we can upgrade and manage and add new bits onto it to create new starbases and better starbases and all that. I have enough culture points to add a new trait to my civilization. Oh, let's do it. So a lot of these kind of feed into when we get these questions that pop up. They'll feed into where this goes, whether we are totalitarianism or pacifist or nihilist or whatever. And we apparently have enough for an individualism point. We get 7 points. Yeah, so we can get some independence. And 50% decay from colonies spawns from colonies and spawns a ship, the Independence. Excellent. Okay, Independence is this guy right here. I like it. He can shoot. And he can fly around. He can explore, which is what we're going to use him for. We're going to go and pop him over here to this star. Our job is to find some aliens, so let's go find some dang aliens. Looks like we're in first place in, what? In tech? Thanks, buddy. First place of 2. I accept. Alright, I think we're just let him kind of fly around here. We're waiting for this thing to get built. Actually, you know what? I don't need a constructor because we're going to get that tech, which will bring it in. So let's go and get something different. Like, forget the constructor. I say, scrap that fella. Let's get a probe done. And then I'm going to get another asteroid miner. Add an asteroid miner in there. I want a probe first, then asteroid miner, and then maybe another colony ship. I'm sure we'll need one at some point there. I'm sure we'll find something. What do we find over here? We've got Britannian nothing and Britannian nothing. Good. Good exploring going on back here. Later on in the game, there's some pretty impressive tech. Like there is, like say your enemy has 3 planets around this star. Well, you know what would be a pretty nasty thing to do would be blow that star up and destroy the entire system. Well, that's something you can do later on. Let's go look up here. Head on over there. You can see that my reach is growing, and that's my influence here. What is that? Enemies. I mean aliens. I'm told you're called Terrans. This is very interesting to us. So we can normally you can't talk with aliens yet. You got to get a tech to learn to talk to aliens. I guess we get it for this one. So we can work together, or we are reasonable. I can open the new trade deals. We can do some trade with them, or say, get out of my way. Yeah, don't get on our way, buddy. We're Earth. We don't like aliens. I'll take this one. Okay, so there is my constructor, which we're going to use to go do some starbase building. And that Durantium is I think, looking pretty good. So let's go down there and grab that. These guys have a range, kind of like Earth here. And as long as everything is within range, it'll grab stuff. So we'll be able to get multiple Durantiums from one starbase with that guy. Earth's done building things, so let's make some stuff. We do have projects down here as well, so we can just go and spend some construction stuff to get money, or spend some stuff to get modules, which we'll need for those star bases we're going to build. A coordination beacon, which will give me a more influence. You can click and hold it, and it'll kind of give you an idea where it's going to go. You can see level 0 there. There's a level... Oh, it's all level 0, isn't it? This is the bonus, so it's a level 2 because it's nearby that. Economic wants me to build that planetary generator for some manufacturing and military. Oh, sorry, for some manufacturing bonuses. And I think that's a good idea. And I would like him to go here, and you can see the adjacency bonus is going to go really good. It's a level 4 building right there. There's a 20% boost in my manufacturing just for having that there. That sounds like what I want. So we'll throw that in there. And we have a constructor, didn't I? Oh, I have 2 of them, don't I? I got 2 from that tech. Well, other guy is... Do we see anything up here yet? No, but what I can do is... Like, Earth's kind of important. I feel like I'd like to keep it around a little while. And so what we can do is we come in here and build a starbase. And you can see this circle here. And so I'm going to go ahead and build a starbase. And we'll do a military starbase. So this will defend the place. So rather than having to defend Earth individually, we'll have the starbase defend everything. We can do communications to increase our culture. Mining is what we use to get like the Durantium or whatever. We have economic, which will bring in some cash. Which I'm tempted to do, actually. I'm real tempted to do that one. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that one. Let's do that one. And let's watch a video. That was exciting. All right, starbases have modules that we're going to use. And so we can go and add modules onto this guy if we have the supplies. And so there we go. We have our first instance of needing Durantium to do something else, building like a factory, a starbase factory on this guy, which will give me a manufacturing boost. And so what he's going to do, he's in range of Mars and Earth. He's going to give us a manufacturing and a gross income boost for both those systems. I'm going to get Artemis as well. So these are good ones to have near other systems. Just because I didn't choose a military starbase doesn't mean it doesn't do anything. It'll still defend once I add modules and things onto it. But so it'll still be a useful starbase. It's just going to take some time. But for right now, it's going to feed a little bit. What's it going to do to us? It's giving us, where is it? Starbase 1 plus 5%. Perfect. Couldn't have asked for more.
We should always maintain a careful watch on the Drengin. However, the Alliance must persist in securing the sector. Survey ships are another vital element in exploring the galaxy.
All right, so by securing the sector, what he means is one of the mechanics here is to control the sector. And you can see our blue line there. And we do that basically by just being better than the other folks. It wants me to go and get, hey, there's an amazing planet. Oh, no. Okay, I know where my colony ship is going. We've got it wants me to build a survey ship so we can go get these artifacts and these anomalies and all these bits hanging around here. So we should go do that. Sorry, the flagships for those. Well, survey ships will get some of these. We'll get them in a minute. That's a good idea. Probe. I would like you to go this way. I have a feeling they're over there. Oh, look at all these planets right next to us. Pine is an amazing system. Amazing planet. Oh, we gotta go build over there. Are we building colony ships? What are we building? We're making a asteroid miner right now. You know what? I would like you first. I think you're gonna be more important. Okay, and you're a flagship, so you can do a lot of this stuff. So we can go and examine all these anomalies and things. And we can also eventually like level this guy up and stuff. Let's go check this thing out. So he's gonna go spend a turn here, 3 months surveying this thing, and well, it's freaky looking, isn't it? Very pretty game. Freaky monsters out there, though. Okay, we've got, where are we at here? Dead planet, or not dead planet, but not good planet. Nah, not the worst, though. Even though, like, so, say I were to build... Well, I'll tell you here in seconds. Let's go we can get frigate ships. What do you want me to build? You want to build space doctrine? I'll do that. Gravity, begin building advanced systems. No, I'll do them. So let's say, like right now I've got Mars feeding into here. Let's say I were to go colonize... that's a really good one. That one, but not that one for some reason, because that one wasn't there. Then it would still feed into here. It's just because of the distance, it wouldn't get me quite as much. But what I want to do is I want to colonize this one and turn it into a proper world like Earth. Put a governor in there, and then I can start building that one up. And I'll feed Pine 1 into that one, and those asteroids into that guy. And so I'll have 2 hub planets. Maybe 3 if I can get over here and grab this guy. That was down. Where is it at? Down... Wherever that other one was. I think it was down this way. Wherever it was, we can go get that one. I spun my camera around now, I'm confused. Anyway, this is a good place to wrap up episode 1. This is going to be a 3-part tutorial episode series thing. Thank you again, Stardock, for sponsoring this. And thank you for watching. Have a good one.